Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're all having a great weekend. So yeah, I'm Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. Yes, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Yeah, we kind of said into Friday, in Friday's video, yesterday morning's video, that often I look for sideways price action for the weekend, but we had been trading sideways for a couple of days. So I was a bit suspicious as to whether we could continue sideways even longer over this weekend. And yeah, obviously that hasn't happened. We have broken to the downside. So that will often happen if you are going to get a move over the weekend. It can often be counter trend and bought back up. But yeah, as you can see, took out the 58.5. Actually took out 57.5, came all the way down to 56.5, which you can see is pretty much a level of confluence here. Not one we had drawn in because we don't want to convolute the chart too much. But yeah, it did tap that level, and we are currently back testing the resistance zone. So are we gonna come down lower? See, I have a theory for this weekend's price action for basically going forwards, and this is just a wild speculative theory. Let me just draw in a quick trend line. A quick trend line between these two lows. See, now we are getting the chart a bit messed up. We'll just draw it up to here. So, and we'll make this one a tad thicker. So I kind of have a theory, and that is that basically we're going to have a CME gap. We're going to basically have price move down. Price has obviously moved down. If we open up anywhere here or lower, we're going to have a gap that basically people are going to think are going to close, and I suspect people are going to try and buy to close that gap. And I think there's the possibility, especially because at the end of the day we are below this resistance level. We've broken it, this support level, now resistance, we're below it. So realistically that is making the next target 55k. If we just extend this along, 55k, obviously depending on when it comes in, if we trade in this zone, could come in line with this horizontal if we do take some time to get there, or even we could lose the 55k and come and test this trend line at some point. It could be 54k. I mean, it's obviously 53k on a week basis, on a daily basis, or even on an individual 4-hour candle basis, like we did here. Come down and test this trend line. But the kind of the reason why I think that is that I think the market is pretty optimistic at the moment. Obviously, it goes without saying. We have got the Coinbase listing coming soon, potentially bullish. Well, pretty much bullish, and I think we're going to rally into that. But I think we're going to put one last squeeze on the over leveraged bulls, by getting us down to test either this trend line or this horizontal. An absolute most aggressive case, even down to this support again, but I don't particularly see that as being a more likely option. And then after we've had that flush out, I think very likely we could then turn back around and then just get a massive Bitcoin rally in basically deep into the 68Ks, deep into the 60Ks, heading towards 68K. Complete pure speculation there, guys, but there is gonna be the meme traders, if we're here or lower, when CME is open this evening, looking to try and close that gap up to 60k. And I think those buyers, along with any other over leveraged buyer in this area of general low vol sideways, I think they are primed to get squeezed. Basically, they are primed to get their longs liquidated. And yeah, down to 55, down to this trend line, either of those is definitely gonna hit max pain for a lot of those guys. So it just seems like a nice play. It does seem like if I was an evil whale manipulator, That is certainly something that I would be looking for. We'll just remove this trend line. We are getting a bit messed up. We'll remove that one. Obviously, we're not really looking to come and back test that anymore, so we don't necessarily need that line on here. Don't particularly need this one anymore. Now we've moved on from there. So yeah, we're looking a lot neater now. Obviously, very easy to invalidate what I'm saying by purely getting basically back above 58.5, closing for our candles, get back into this range. If we do that, then yeah, I think we will then obviously close the CME gap to 60k and then break onwards and above. So again, the levels are important. I mean, it is largely due to these levels breaking through this support and back testing it currently. That is largely why I think we could definitely get a squeeze to the downside, just purely because we've broken this level. So the next target is the next level, 55k. If we break that, then there's the next target, and I just think there's a lot of opportunity for basically the market movers to pick themselves up some cheaper Bitcoin by squeezing some of these longs. So anyway, pure speculation. It's a weekend. Why not? It's the weekend. Let's just make stuff up. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But yeah, again, clear signs of invalidation. Anyway, over 58.5k. We're probably going to then trade here and move onwards and upwards, and this will be the higher low. But yeah, I mean, this is what I'm airing on. So yeah. And then yeah, so that'll be one last hoorah to the downside before we get like a massive hoorah to the upside into the 14th of April, and then a potentially sell the fat on the Coinbase direct listing. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, let's have a look at our friend here. Nice looking potential bull flag we've got going on here. Hopefully we can break this to the upside. Clearly showing my inherent bias there. We'll kind of draw it in. Like that. That'll do. That'll do, yeah. Maybe a little bit more like this. But yeah. Potential bull flag. Let's give ourselves a price target. Yeah, roughly that'll do. Yeah, let's put this down to here. And then we'll move this up to here. And then we will hit the shift, straighten that up, and yeah. That is a pretty juicy looking target, because it gets us through this big range that we're looking at, this range of resistance here, where if we get through that, I think we pretty much go full bullish again, gunning for this this high, taking that out and onwards and upwards. So we'll actually make this one thicker as well. I've got well into making some lines thicker at the moment, haven't I? But yeah, if we do this, yeah, we will be looking at basically Ethereum looking really good then. This is obviously against Bitcoin. So yeah, I mean, could we get rejected here? Yeah, we could, but would I be looking at to resume the downtrend? Not really. I'll just be looking for us to get caught somewhere. Obviously, this major horizontal being a level of potential importance and catching the price. Bitcoin dominance, just have a quick look at that. As you can see, looking pretty weak there. Let's look at the dollar pairing. Yep, you can see dollar pairing. We are currently testing some downside back below this high. We are looking to try and get back above, but is this a break below a back check, and we're going to then have a pullback further down? We very could likely do that. We could. We've obviously got these targets. This high as a target as well, which we will draw in as a more shorter term target. To potentially catch the price of Ethereum. But yeah, Ethereum obviously looking good here. Had a very nice strong move up. Made a new all-time high, backing off of that a little bit. I mean, realistically, we just got to be looking for a local low and then onwards and upwards. That's what I would be looking at there. Stochastics for Bitcoin. How are they doing? I mean, yeah, 4 hour coming pretty deep here. So obviously looking for that to turn around at some point. 10 hour still diving down as well. 12 hour has turned down now too. Daily looking to turn down. 2 day, and then everything else is probably looking good. 2 day looking good. 3 day looking to turn back up. 5 day looking good. Weekly, well, pointing down, but there you go. So I mean, yeah, this kind of does potentially play into the fact that there's not, if anything, there's a slight bearish bias to this read. We've obviously had a move down, but like I said, the main thing for me is we are sat under a major resistance level and a resistance zone, fully under the lower part of the zone. Well, tested fully under, literally just touching it now, and we could certainly be coming down to trade lower. And I do think there's going to be not only people that are long in here, leverage longs. There's people that are going to be adding to those longs, and then there's people that are going to be going for the meme trade, the CME gap fill. And I think all those people are ripe for liquidation down to at least 55k. That's a pure speculation. We'll see. Like I said, back above 58.5, then things will be looking fantabulous again, and that is only $1,000. And don't forget that is not much in the price of Bitcoin at the moment. I mean, we'll just get a price range tool just to show you. We're only looking at, I mean, 1.6. I mean, 2% will clearly get us way above and beyond. So 2% move in one of the most volatile assets that we currently can trade. Well, yeah, there you go. So yeah, that is it, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Happy holidays as well, also, for you guys that are celebrating this weekend's holidays. So yeah, thank you for listening. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.